The Midlands Today Show with Will O'Callaghan.
Midlands 103.
Welcome back into the show. We're joined in studio now by Catherine Murray, who's from Ballycumber. And Catherine, we've been talking before you came on. You used to be in the hen party industry, and now you've gone into the process quite a far bit down the line to the divorce party industry. How did this even come about?
Okay, well, I am still in the hen party industry.
For both sides of the line.
Yeah, exactly. No, I own and run Bells and Blazers, which is a hen and stag party planning company. So, the women will be on henpartyideas.ie and the guys can book through stagpartyideas.ie. And basically, I'm at that since January of 2011. And it was about July of last year, I had a lady called Ashley who had booked her hen party through me. And her bridesmaid rang up a couple of weeks before the hen party and said that the wedding was no longer going ahead. Yes. So this actually happens more than you think. So we were like, yeah, that's fine. We'll sort it out. No problem. We'll look after it. They're like, no, it's okay. We're still going to go ahead with the hen party. We're just not going to call it a hen party. It's more of a separation celebration. I was there going, oh my God, this is so weird.
I'm going to guess this is the first time that happened, right?
Yeah, this is the first time that happened. Weddings do get called off and hen parties get called off, but this is the first time I've ever had anyone to go ahead with the party anyway. And basically her thinking behind it was that, it's going to be a tough time over the next couple of weeks and I'm going to grieve the relationship. But in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to go out with the girls and I'm just going to set that date as my new starting point and it's going to be the new me and, I'm going to leave the old relationship in the past and move on.
And I suppose when you have all the organisation done for the hen party from their point of view, you may as well go and have the party rather than calling it off anyway.
Exactly, yeah. So she did. She went ahead with it and she had a great time. So, needless to say, we were taken aback by it in the office. But about a week after this isn't a hen party, we got a phone call from a lady who's, a bit older and she was looking to book a party and it turned out it was a divorce party. Now, she seemed kind of embarrassed about the fact that it was a divorce party. And we were like, that's okay. And then it kind of got me thinking that actually there are loads of people out there that are in a long-term relationship and, the relationship dissolves for whatever reason. And, they might need their friends around them. And actually a separation party or a divorce party or whatever you want to call it, there is definitely a market for it, especially with so many people being in long-term relationships and then breaking up,
Some people will probably get annoyed at me saying this, but there's probably no harm celebrating a separation if you're breaking up for the right reasons anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even if it was a relationship that, you actually were happy in and then it didn't work out or whatever, you can celebrate the start of your new life. You know what I mean? We're not saying celebrate the death of your relationship or anything like that. It's about setting a point in your life where you say, actually, this is the end of that part of my life and I'm now going to move forward, And especially women, we all like to kind of rally around each other and, we all like to party as well and get dressed up and go out and, So that's kind of where the whole thing started. So I decided then that I was going to create a website called Divorce Party. Because I have henpartyideas.ie, stagpartyideas.ie, I thought divorcepartyideas.ie would be good too. So set that up and we launched it only there at the beginning of the year. So at least, if there is anybody out there that thinks, I would like a divorce party, they don't have to think, that they're embarrassed about it or whatever. There is actually a way they can go about booking it.
What's on the agenda if you go to a divorce party then?
Again, I've had so many people asking me this. I mean, it's the same with a hen party. It can be anything. It can be from a spa weekend away with the girls, or it can be, go and do a dance class or go and do drawing classes or, there's so many different activities that you can do. So it's kind of up to each person as long as it's something that is suitable to them.
I'm kind of generalising slightly, but I would say the audience for the divorce party would usually be a little bit older than those going for the hen party. Not necessarily. But
not necessarily nowadays. I mean, like Cheryl Cole is on her second divorce and she's 32. So you can't generalise too much. Of course, we would hope that wouldn't happen. But I think they would generally be a little bit older than the hen parties. Yeah.
The idea, as you say then, it really is for anyone in that situation, is getting your life going again once you've left something behind, right?
Yeah, exactly. So kind of, announce to the world, I'm back, the divorce is through and everything's fine and I'm standing here tall and I'm single again and, and then just having all your women. A lot of people as well might find, that after going through something like this, they could find themselves in a very lonely place. All of a sudden they're on their own and, it might be a very good idea to have all of your friends around you to remind them that actually, you're really loved. It's okay,
That's the divorce party. In terms of the hen party, I'm more used to, I suppose, when I was in college, you'd see a minibus of women in pink tops pulling up in somewhere like Temple Bar and jumping out. Is that still the agenda for a hen party, or what are you guys doing in terms of keeping hen parties exciting now?
Yeah, every year you have to, we're always looking at something new, something different. We do find a lot of people are like, no, we did that last year. No, oh God, and a lot, especially... You have bridesmaids who are on like their 5th or 6th time organising a hen party and they're like, oh, I've been to like 17 hens in the last 3 years. Give me something that I haven't done yet. In terms of what we're offering, I mean, last year we just started doing treasure hunts and they're really starting to take off, and it's they're all kind of about fun. I mean, the old treasure hunt idea is that you would go orienteering or something like that. This isn't. We like hide clues all over town and have to do tasks and you're in a time competition against the girls as well. And then when you go back to after one of the team has found the treasure, you go back to the meeting room in whatever hotel you're in. And then you're put against each other and you have to fight for your points and it gets extremely competitive. Yeah.
Is that part of the challenge for you guys as well to try and keep it exciting? Because I've been to a few stag parties as opposed to hens. Usually they tend to just be piss-ups and it's the same idea no matter where you go. While hen parties tend to be a little bit more imaginative,
yes.
I think.
Yeah, a lot of women nowadays are looking for something different, something that they haven't done yet. And then, I have women that are like, give me something different, something I haven't done yet. And then they're like, oh, I'll go on a booze cruise, whereas to me that would be a very popular thing. So it depends on what you've done already. Lads, I have to say, are just... They're so hard.
If I go paintballing ever again, like the amount of time, because like what seems to be the total imagination is, let's go on a train, we'll go somewhere that has paintballing, we'll drink most of the weekend, and we'll come home bruised from being shot with paintballs. That tends to be the stag weekend.
Yeah, and it's very hard to get men out of that mindset, because even if I have guys on that book, they would book these really cool weekends where paintballing is usually part of it. But, if they want to go and do like go-karting or whatever, or like zipline activity up in Carrick-on-Shannon, that's amazing. It's a 3-hour adventure course. The problem for the organiser is that actually a lot of lads will end up, they get off at the apartments, they find the nearest pub, they walk in there and they're like, nah, man, I'm not going to the ziplining. So that's why we, like, all our payments and everything have to be paid 21 days prior to the arrival date. And at least for the organiser then, that means, look, if you decide you want to go into a pub and sit there all day drinking, that's fine. We have your money, we're going. So at least then, the likelihood of them actually turning up to the activity is very high.
Would that be a frustration for you if they don't turn up to the activity? Because you're trying to plan out like a good weekend for these guys, and if they're going to be lazy and just drink in the hotel bar, that's unfortunate for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a little like, lads, if you just went to the activity, you would have had a great weekend, Yeah. But I mean, you can't make people do something they don't want. I mean, we've often gone and done, like, one of our really popular things for hen parties is the CSI Save the Groom activity, where we get them to do a hostage video of the groom being kidnapped. And then the facilitator is dressed as a guard and they walk into the bar and inform the bride-to-be that her groom has been kidnapped. Now, needless to say, this leads to about 10 minutes of fits of laughing of women. And they're brought down into the conference room, they're given case files and have to run around town completing tasks again, and it is such good fun. But we've often been standing at the midpoint and we'd be like, where's team one, and you'd find them in a bar and you're like, girls, seriously. Well, what we do is we bring them back to the conference room then and we're like, what points did you get for that, girls? Oh, nothing. You got nothing. And we kind of we show them up a little bit, but it's all parts of the fun. But, it's really good fun organising hens.
Is that part of what keeps the job exciting for you as well? I mean, because most people have a fairly mundane job while you're spending week by week trying to actually plan people's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, like 10 to 6, Monday to Friday, we are sitting in an office, but you know, I mean, we deal with so many really good suppliers, like, you know, our apartments up in Carrick-on-Shannon and our hotels in Athlone and, you know, our hotels in Galway as well. Like, we ring them and they're like our friends. We're like, hey, how's things? You know, do you have rooms or whatever? And we get such good banter with them as well. And like the girls in the office, we have such a laugh at the most mundane of things. But we just spend 10 minutes laughing nearly every day. And I think you have to be kind of, when we answer the phone, if we answer the phone and we're kind of like, hello, Bells and Blazers, Kat speaking, how can I help you? It's not really going to be an incentive to book now, is it? So, you know, if we're in good form, it kind of does pass on to everyone else, you know, so... Yeah, and then it's very easy to, me especially, I bounce off other people. So if someone rings up and they're like, I need to organise a hen party, you know, and, you know, like we try and make them enthusiastic about certain activities and that. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly a fun job anyway.
I'm going to admit, I assumed when you were coming in, we were talking about divorce party and so on, you would have been through that yourself, but you haven't.
No. And I haven't even been on a hen party myself. Well, I've been on hen parties, but I haven't had my own yet.
You're a hen party experiencer rather than someone who's been through it yourself.
Yeah, I've been on so many hen parties that when I get to my own, I'd be like, oh God, I just want to stay at home for the weekend and just sleep. Yeah, no, I'm actually single. So I think that's kind of good though, because I can kind of see from the outside, you know, I can kind of see everyone's point of view.
Would you feel extra pressure then? Obviously, I assume you wouldn't organise your own one. You'd probably let the girls in the office do that. But if you were organising a hen for people you knew, is there a pressure on you to make sure it's really good? Oh
God, yes. I have one of my bestest friends ever, Charlene McCaffrey. Her hen party is coming up now in March. And like, you know, it's my own personal pressure I put on myself because, you know, I'd have so many ideas going on in my head, things that I can't do for other people that I can only do when I'm organising the hen myself, that I want to do like every single thing. So yeah, I would kind of feel a little bit of a pressure where I'd kind of, you know, I'd want to do something that no one else has done. I suppose like every bridesmaid, you know, that's what we do get is people are like, but I want this to be the best hen ever, you know, and everyone does. And it's probably going to be the same for divorce parties, you know, that people say, I really want my friend to have the best divorce party ever because, you know what, she's been through hell and back, you know, and so I suppose that's, if you're a good friend, that's what you do, you know. We
started by talking about the divorce party, so maybe bring it back around to then towards the end. In terms of the uptake and the people who've been asking about it, what's the interest levels been like so far?
I mean, as I said, you know, we had that lady last year that was like really embarrassed about it, you know. I mean, we do an awful lot of 60th parties or like women who ring up and say, oh no, it's just a weekend away. So realistically, I don't know how many divorce parties I've done. I know I've definitely done 2 last year and then Ashley's separation celebration thing. So I think that if there is a way for them to book without having to look at a hen party website, you know, I think that it would be, you know, more encouraging for people. I mean, it's a huge thing in America and it's, you know, it's starting to be extremely big in England as well. So, you know, I think if my goal is to kind of take away the stigma from it, you know, and kind of make people feel that if you want to go on a divorce party, great, give us a call, we'll look after you.
Without giving away the state secrets, on those 2 parties you organised last year, what did they do?
One did a booze cruise and the other one did a burlesque dance class.
Oh.
Yes.
That's very much preparing for the next
yeah, well, I think as well, you know, it could be just that someone is finding their femininity again and finding who they are again and, you know, embracing being a woman, you know, by themselves again and they don't have to worry about their husband anymore. So I think that was the kind of idea behind the burlesque dance class, you know, so everyone is different.
Well, most of the feedback coming in is positive, but here's one, I suppose, relatively negative text. What's the world coming to, Will? A divorce party, I ask you. It could only happen here. I have no time either for hen parties or stag parties. They're all just excuses for a piss-up. That comes from Mary. How would you respond to that now?
I would say that everyone's opinion is welcome. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do look at hen parties and they do think, you know, oh God, they're just rowdy women. But actually, if you look deeper and you actually talk to the women that are on the hen party, they're not. They're actually out to celebrate somebody's, you know, final step into, you know, their wedding. But I think that if you get even a group of women that are celebrating a birthday party, women tend to get loud when they're around each other, you know.
I think sometimes they get a bad rap based on what you see, the way that people act in another country and so on. Say, particularly when I was living in Dublin, I would have found, like, say, a lot of English hen parties that are coming over, and because they're away from home, I think the behaviour was amplified even more than they would be at home.
Yeah.
And that sometimes gives you a bad impression of it.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not all like that.
Yeah, they're not all like that. I mean, you do have some people that are, you know, rowdy or whatever, and, you know, whether they're on a hen party or they're on a birthday party or they're just going out for a night, they're going to act like that. So, you know, you can't generalise them and say that it's just hen parties that act like that. But, you know, I do welcome where they're coming from as well.
Catherine Murray, thanks a million for coming in. If people want to check them out, divorcepartyideas.ie. You've also got henpartyideas.ie as well.
Yeah, and Bells and Blazers is the name of the company.
Fantastic. Thanks a million for coming in.
Thank you very much, Will.
There you go. Very interesting indeed.
The Midlands Today Show with Will O'Callaghan.
Midlands 103.